Hello everyone, it's UnkleBTdestiny back here with you. Hope everyone is doing all right and safe this holiday. So we're going to go ahead and get the readings done for this next month and this next year. So these will be two separate videos, but still going to be doing both of them concurrently. So let's go ahead and see what the ancestors have for the month of January as we go forward. All right, so we have thrown the bones and we have got our setup for the month of January 2023. So our dice landed on the number 2, which means we're dealing with the second house, which is money, values, work, daily routine, and environment. So with the Adinker card, what we've also got here is God, there is something in heaven. It represents hope and inspiration. And the statement here is, God, there is something in the heavens. Pray, let it reach me. So this brings us to the questions about how this reading is going to be talking about our issues with money, our issues with values, our issues with work, and our daily routines and environment. And we're looking at that question of what are we hoping for? What are we being inspired by in this month of January when it comes to that standpoint of that we are needing for something that is that is filling our hope and that is filling our inspirations to come toward to us. So as we look at the bones, we've got a bit of a break here. We've got a solitary bone up here. This one is work. The main ones that are going to be coming up here much more are going to be centering around home, and so I should say home and family. And this one is much more about the social. So this is home, this is the social. So this is also family, and family is also including our sense of community as well. So this aspect of home, we've got a number of the support bones here, the spinal, as well as the tailbones with this one, with the quartz piece. Now with where it is, home is providing basically a structure under this. And what we're going to be looking at with our homes is, again, how have we put the best value and use the best money elements into our home? Have we also made sure that our home is at the best financial status that it can be at? Now, when I say home, this is not just the sense of where you lay your head, take food, and sleep. Home is also the sense of where we've allowed spirit to be, and we provide strength there. Home is also that place where we feel the most connected with our sense of being. Not just what the people are, but the sense of being. And we need to remember that home can be a person, home can be a thing, home can be a place. So how are we making sure that we have recognized the value that our home provides for us? How have we put the money in it, or even taken the money out of what is supposed to be our home? How are we working to make our home much more centered and safe? And what are the daily routines and environments that we put into our home to make it comfortable or fundamentally uncomfortable? Because yes, you can make your home uncomfortable if you are not focusing on what actually makes the place comfortable, or if you're making it comfortable for somebody else that does not include you. And that's the aspect here of the memory. We have to remember what it's like when we are not making our places comfortable for us, and that we are living too much for others and not for ourselves. So when we come over here to the social, the family bone, we can see we've got a bunch more pieces here. We've got the shell, which is actually turned outward. So this is going to be about outwardly facing things, coming towards the family and the structure. We've also got spirit here. And spirit is basically also standing here with the shell. And both, they're working together, but they're also working against each other in its own way. And I'll get into that in a moment. In the standpoint that what is spiritually coming towards us is important, and there are definitely spirits that are going to be here to help focus and bolster us. that they're going to bolster our work. They're going to bolster our sense of values and what we value. They're going to bolster our sense of money as well as our daily routines. And there are other spirits that are going to be coming because they feed off of that negativity. So you've got a push and pull. You've got spirits that are working for you on one side, and you've got spirits that are working against you on the other. Now, those spirits that are working against you on the other side, some of them have been brought forth by envy and ego of others, and some have just come by for the simple fact that you're a power source. Just fundamentally like what we saw in the Matrix about being a battery. But what type of battery are you? Are you the battery that is fueling them, or are you the battery that is depleting them? And if you're a battery that depletes them because you're in a successful place, then they want to put you in misery. So then you've got something that they can feed off of. So that's why I'm saying that there are spirits that will be coming that are negatively focused. There are spirits that are here that are highly focused for you. So you want to create the space that allows them to be there to help support and protect you. That is creating that sense of community that is about uplifting and uplifting everyone, not just a select few. And as I said, the aspect of their forces coming against you. So here's the broken rib bone, and here's the support bone. That's why on either side of this, and they're on either side of this situation. Spirits that are supporting you, spirits that are coming to feed off of you and enjoy your misery. Now, the proximity shows that this one is going to be about balance, and the spirits that are coming to support you are going to be about balances and wishes. And that's what we're going to be helping to create the environment that helps them support and protect you. Here, we've got the rib bone, there's an inspiration bone, and there's a spinal bone. So there's the aspect of how is these spirits will come and attack you emotionally by attacking your logic. So again, I will say that they will come forward and attack you emotionally by attacking your logic. So that means they're going to be setting up situations that do feel like they have a very logical way of coming out. That all the signs are there, but it's also about how are you trusting your intuition? Are your emotions being made in a place of fear? And fear is going to be there. Fear is something that is about keeping us alive. But it's understanding, are we letting the fear rule us, or are we allowing ourselves to understand and recognize what fear can tell us? And use the emotional intelligence that's there. Because again, they're going to try and use your logic against your logic against your emotional intelligence. And so it's about trusting in these inspirations and these wishes that are going to help you move forward and find the balance between these two. And that's why all these balance bones are here next to spirit. So how are we balancing our experience with spirit? So that's what they've got to say for the month of January. I wish you all well. And that as you listen to this, we're also dealing with a Mercury retrograde. So again, it's about reflecting, and reflect as much as possible. As we go into this new year, and make sure you're making the choices that are about our good long-term health. So be well. Ashe.